Well, I don't know what I expected. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the newest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and it follows the Turtles, and Shredder is the villain, and he's doing bad things, and the Turtles have to stop him, and that's it. Going into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I wasn't excited because I never watched any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff as a kid. I never watched it, and I still haven't seen any of it to this day, honestly. So going in, I had like fresh eyes to this type of material, I guess, and the trailers looked terrible. It just looked awful. The Turtles looked creepy and weird. It didn't look like it would be a fun movie. It seemed like it was aimed really for kids. And there was so much controversy surrounding this movie about how the fans were in such an uproar that they started to change things in the movie, and honestly, this movie's just not very good. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's not a good movie at all. There are a couple actors and actresses I want to talk about in this movie, one of them being Megan Fox. She plays the main girl, April O'Neil, and she wants to be a reporter, and she's going after the big stories, which is the Turtles, and she's just not good. She's Megan Fox. You know exactly what to expect when I say that. She's not good in the movie, she's not believable, and she does nothing for the character. Will Arnett's in the movie, and he plays April O'Neil's sidekick, and the guy who's like double her age but still wants to bang her. It's kind of weird. Will Arnett had a couple funny lines in the movie to his credit. I think he's a really funny actor, but his character was just really creepy, and that got to the point where I was just like, oh, just stop already. William Fichtner plays one of the villains in the movie, and he was originally supposed to be Shredder by what people have been saying online, and I honestly think that before they got this giant uproar online that he was going to be Shredder, but then they did reshoots and made an Asian Shredder. William Fichtner in the movie is good for what he has, I guess, but like his character is written so thinly and poorly, it's not like he had much to work with. The only Ninja Turtles voice I recognized was the fact that Johnny Knoxville plays Leonardo, the leader of the Turtles, and he was fine in the movie, but like, there's nothing in this movie that I can really say was like, oh yeah, that is great, and it's a mediocre movie. Before I get into the lazy writing of this movie, let's talk about like the action sequences, because to be fair to the movie, there are some decent action sequences in this movie. Like there's a scene in the middle where Shredder fights Splinter, the Turtle's mentor. And before I get to that, actually, let me talk about Splinter for a second, because Splinter is just this like rat who teaches the Turtles how to do ninjutsu. And that I can believe in the context of the movie, fine, but he looks disgusting in this movie. He's CGI, he looks like he's soaking wet the whole time. It's just a disgusting sight. Every time I saw him, my skin crawled. It was just awful to look at. I don't know what they were thinking, but back to the fight. Shredder in this movie, he kind of just wrecks everybody, so it was fun to see him beat up this disgusting weird rat thing. That was fun for me, at least. There's a sequence on a mountain that's randomly right by New York City for some reason. The sequence itself is okay, but it's filmed really badly, so you have a lot of trouble seeing what's going on. And there's a final confrontation with Shredder on top of a building that's exactly like The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with a tower, and they're trying to disperse gas to do stuff to the city, and it's just like, and let's just get into that. This movie is so lazily written. Every character has some sort of personal connection to another character. It's like just so chance and fate, and just like, oh, this is what they were to you as a child, and then you did this and this and this, and that's how this happened, and it's like, this is so convoluted, and it shouldn't be interconnected like this. Every single character does not need to be so connected to each other. They could just meet randomly. They don't all have to have some personal connection back like 20 years. The Turtles themselves, in the movie, they look alright. I guess they still look just weird to me. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I like the design in the movie now that I saw it more. No, I didn't. I still don't like the design. I think they look weird. They were kind of disgusting looking, not as disgusting as Splinter, but still. They had some funny lines here and there, but it is aimed more towards kids, so some of it was just like that. Kid humor, and kids will eat it up, but for me, the movie just was very mediocre. And let's talk about something that I thought was evident throughout the movie, and the fact that they tried to change this movie so much because of the uproar they received after the internet saw what was going on. Like, for example, William Fichtner, I think it was blatantly obvious that he was supposed to be Shredder, but they got so much, outcry from the fans that they said, oh, let's make him Asian and then they'll like it. Because there's only a couple scenes with Shredder aside from him actually kicking the turtles' asses. He's just in this little dark area, and he's in the shadows too, so it's like, oh, we didn't really need to get a good actor for this, just get a guy to stand there and then we'll dub something. It was just like, it was obvious that they were trying to appease the people who were so upset. And other things too, like lines in the movie, how, like, Megan Fox is like, oh, they're Ninja Turtles, they're not aliens, that would be stupid. It's like, you wanted them to be aliens. You're basically insulting yourself with this. It's like, if you have a vision, don't compromise that just because people don't like it. People are not going to like it anyway. Fans would have been in an outcry anyway. Even if they did everything perfectly, there would still be some people who are like, oh, that sucks. It's like, you're not going to please everyone. So if you have a certain vision in your mind of what you want the movie to be, don't start to change half of it just because some people got upset online. Even if the movie wasn't going to be that good, stick to your guns so it doesn't seem like just a chopped up version of what you were trying to make. It's just like, God. Overall, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is just not a good movie. It doesn't have very good acting from anybody. It's got some decent CGI here and there, but the action is sometimes hard to follow. The writing is just atrocious. It is so terribly written, and that's the thing that really brought the movie down. I will say, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's not like I'm sitting here saying, they raped my childhood. I don't really care about that. It's just the fact that this movie is not a good movie as a standalone film. It's just not good. I'm going to give it a D+. So what do you guys think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Who is your favorite turtle? I like the one with the red bandana. I think his name was Raphael. Write your beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there, because if you don't, we're gonna get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, and that's gonna happen anyway, because this movie is apparently gonna make a ton of money this weekend, so great.